a 92-year-old South Korean woman cried as she met her 71-year-old North Korean son as around 90 families from the two countries met for the first time almost 7 decades after they were divided by the Korean War. How many children do you have? Do you have a son? Lee Kum-seom asked her son, Ri Sang-chul, during their long-awaited encounter at the North's Diamond Mountain Resort. The two Koreas held their first reunion events in 3 years on Monday, with families from the south crossing the heavily fortified border into the north to temporarily meet their relatives. The brief reunions are set to last just 11 hours over the following 3 days. It comes as the rival nations boost reconciliation efforts following a standoff over Pyongyang's nuclear and missile program. North and South Korean relatives, many of whom have been separated since the Korean War of 1950-53, met today at the Mount Kumgang Resort, near the demilitarized zone. South Korean Lee Kum-seom, 92, meets with her North Korean son Ri Sang-chul, 71. South Korean Kim Chun-sik, 80, meets his North Korean sister Kim Chun-sil, 77. North Korean Cho Soon-do, 89, meets with her South Korean sister Cho Hae-do, 86, and brother Cho Do-jae, 75. South Korean Wang Woo-sok, 89, meets his North Korean daughter Wang Young-suk, 71. South Korean Lee Moon-hyuk, 95, meets his North Korean nephew Ri Kwon-hyuk, 80. South Korean Lee Kum-yeon, 87, meets her North Korean relative South Korean Han Shin-ya, 99, weeps with her North Korean daughter Kim Kyung-sil, 72. North and South Korean family members look through photo albums as they meet during a reunion. South Korean Yoon Hong-gyu, 92, talks with his North Korean relative South Korean Jo Hae-do, 86, hugs her North Korean sister Jo Soon-do, 89. South Korean Kim Jang-tae, 81, meets his North Korean nephew Kim Hak-soo, 56. South Korean Ham Sung-chan, 93, hugs his North Korean brother Ham Dong-chan, 79. South Korean Lee Kum-seom, 92, meets with her North Korean son Ri Sang-chul, 71. South Korean Kim Kwang-ho, 80, meets his North Korean brother Kim Kwang-il, 78. North and South Korean relatives, many of whom have been separated since the Korean War of 1950-53, met today at the Mount Kumgang Resort, near the demilitarized zone. South Korean Lee Kum-seom, 92, meets with her North Korean son Ri Sang-chul, 71. South Korean Kim Chun-sik, 80, meets his North Korean sister Kim Chun-sil, 77. North Korean Cho Soon-do, 89, meets with her South Korean sister Cho Hae-do, 86, and brother Cho Do-jae, 75. South Korean Wang Woo-sok, 89, meets his North Korean daughter Wang Young-suk, 71. South Korean Lee Moon-hyuk, 95, meets his North Korean nephew Ri Kwon-hyuk, 80. South Korean Lee Kum-yeon, 87, meets her North Korean relative South Korean Han Shin-ya, 99, weeps with her North Korean daughter Kim Kyung-sil, 72. North and South Korean family members look through photo albums as they meet during a reunion. South Korean Yoon Hong-gyu, 92, talks with his North Korean relative South Korean Jo Hae-do, 86, hugs her North Korean sister Jo Soon-do, 89. South Korean Kim Jong-tae, 81, meets his North Korean nephew Kim Hak-soo, 56. South Korean Ham Sung-chan, 93, hugs his North Korean brother Ham Dong-chan, 79. South Korean Lee Kum-seom, 92, meets with her North Korean son Ri Sang-chul, 71. South Korean Kim Kwang-ho, 80, meets his North Korean brother Kim Kwang-il, 78. When they met, Mr. Ri hugged his mother, who he had last seen when he was 4, and showed her a photo of her late husband, who had stayed behind in North Korea with him after being separated from his wife while fleeing south. "Mother, this is how my father looked," Mr. Ri told Ms. Lee. Around 330 South Koreans from 89 families, many in wheelchairs, embraced 185 separated relatives from the north. Some struggled to recognize family who they had not seen in more than 60 years. "How are you so old?" Kim Dahlin, 92, asked his sister. "You okay?" after gazing at her briefly in silence. "I've lived this long to meet you," replied the 85-year-old, wiping away tears as she clasped a photograph of her brother in his youth. Han Shin-ya, a 99-year-old South Korean woman, was at a loss for words after she reunited with her 2 North Korean daughters, both in their early 70s. Not knowing their separation would be permanent, she left them behind in the north during the war while fleeing south with her third and youngest daughter. She could only say, "Ah," and, "when I fled," before choking up with tears. Trump says media coverage of his North Korea summit almost treasonous. Before the reunions, nearly 20,000 people had participated in 20 rounds of face-to-face reunions since 2000. Another 3,700 exchanged video messages with their North Korean relatives. None have had a second chance to see or talk with their relatives. During the 3 years since the reunions were last held, North Korea tested 3 nuclear weapons and multiple missiles which demonstrated they potentially could strike the continental United States. However, in recent months North Korea has shifted to diplomacy and its leader, Kim Jong-Un, agreed to resume the reunions during the first of 2 summits with South Korea's President, Moon Jae-in, in April. South Korea sees the separated families as the largest humanitarian issue created by the war, which killed and injured millions and cemented the division of the Korean peninsula into the North and South. The Unification Ministry estimates there are currently about 600,000 to 700,000 South Koreans with immediate or extended relatives in North Korea. More than 75,000 of the 132,000 South Koreans who have applied to participate in reunions have died, according to a ministry record. On Monday, Mr. Moon reiterated that time is running out to expand the reunion program, saying it would be a shameful thing for both Koreas to see many elderly people dying without even finding out whether their loved ones are still alive. Mr. Moon attended a 2004 reunion to meet his aunt. As a separated family member, I deeply share their sorrow and pitifulness, he said during a meeting with his aides. North Korea is reluctant to accept calls for more reunions. Analysts say it sees the reunions as an important bargaining chip and believes more reunions would give its people a better awareness of the outside world. While South Korea uses a computerized lottery to pick participants for the reunions, North Korea is believed to choose based on loyalty to its authoritarian leadership. Additional reporting by agencies.